Hello, this is Chris. I guess the easiest way to describe my job is maybe as a business therapist. I go in and I help businesses that are struggling with different issues to work through those issues. And a lot of those issues involve the human element of business, but other times it is the operational aspect. Maybe sometimes it's technology. And then I also am involved in various entrepreneurial enterprises. I have a software security company that I act as the Chief Operating Officer and CFO. And then I also teach. I teach entrepreneurship in the graduate MBA program at Brenau University.
How would you say you manage your time?
Sometimes I manage my time better than others. The tools I use, maybe that's the purpose of your question. I use my calendar pretty extensively. I have 4 different calendars that I manage, and I make sure that they overlap so that the appointments are shared between calendars so people know what my availability is, my business partners and other associates with whom I work, and then I use task list extensively so that I can make sure that I stay focused on the main things that I need to be focused on to be most productive. And that works pretty well most days, but there are those days where it doesn't matter how well you plan them out, the day just kind of happens and you get to the end of it and you didn't touch a single thing that you had planned out for that entire day.
Does your job limit time with family or giving yourself free time or just recreational activities?
Is my job limiting? One of the reasons I do what I do is because I love what I do. And it's really more like a hobby to me. Now, that doesn't mean everything I do I 100% enjoy. There's things I like more than others. For the most part, it does give me the flexibility to be able to spend time with family when I need to spend time with family. I've tried to manage my schedule so that I'm available for my boys to go to their events, and occasionally there's scheduling conflicts that come up, typically because I didn't find out about one of their events in time and I made a commitment to a client or to speak at some conference or something like that. But I actually appreciate a lot of flexibility in what I do. That doesn't mean there's not seasons that I go through where there's very long days. But for the most part, I find that there's quite a bit of flexibility in the control I have over my schedule.
What would you say your employees think about you?
That's a great question. I would hope that they would find that I'm fair and that I'm honest and that I set very clear expectations around what our priorities should be, where our focus should be, very clear expectations around the behaviors that we expect out of people that are going to be a part of our organization. I think it's very special. Both Cirrus, which is our consulting company, as well as A Persona, which is the software company. And I see that a lot of organizations really don't do that well, setting clear expectations around the behaviors. How do we expect people that are going to be a part of this organization to behave? And so I would hope that they say we do a very good job around creating clarity in those areas, and that they enjoy the work that they do and they're glad to be a part of the team.
How do you feel your product is needed in the market?
In our consulting business, there are a lot of companies that, as they're experiencing rapid growth, they're going through transitions, and oftentimes you need an objective third party to take a look at the organization and help you see things that may be right before your eyes, but you're just simply too close to the problem to see them. Very much like a personal trainer or a coach does. And many people refer to the type of work that we do in organizations as coaching, and that's probably a very accurate analogy. And we help them break down those barriers that are standing in their way of additional success. In our software business, one of the things that's happening with technology, and especially as the world gets smaller, is bad people have more and more access to good technology, and they're able to use that technology for bad things, such as stealing credit card information, health insurance information, your medical records, all of those things, and then they resell that to somebody else. And as we move more and more of our life online, and we are more and more connected for convenience, as corporations push us there to reduce their cost, there are tools that are needed to be able to protect the consumers so that if their username and password is stolen, that it's not the end of the world, that their information is still protected. And so there's a great need for what we're doing in that space, and it's something we're pretty excited about.
Where would you like to see, or where do you see your company being in 5 years?
Another great question. In 5 years, I'd like to see Cirrus at the point where we're very well respected within the consulting marketplace, especially as a boutique firm. We're building that reputation now, and we continue to build upon it. We limit the number of clients that we take on, and those clients need to agree to make the commitments to following through and doing the things that we're asking them to do, and that we agree together that they need to do in order to achieve the things they say they want to achieve. On the A persona side, in 5 years, the goal would be to have already exited that company and provide a very wonderful multiple for our investors, and therefore for the founders like myself, so that we can move on to other causes that we care about and our next venture. Thank you for calling us. We appreciate the opportunity to earn your business. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.